This video is sponsored by the Ripper93. There are several premium Foundry VTT modules out there that are sure to elevate your Foundry games to the next level, but for GMs like you and me, it can feel intimidating to jump into paying for them without proper knowledge of, essentially, will it be worth the asking price? So let me, in this video, show you 10 great premium modules from the Ripper93 that are sure to significantly improve your Foundry games. And you'll want to stick around until the end of the video because the last two modules are really hefty ones. Hi there, my name is Fondu, and today we're going to be looking at 10 premium Foundry modules from the Ripper93, who has made such fantastic modules as Levels, Wall Height, Splatter, Carousel Combat Tracker, and Argon Combat HUD. He offers a list of over 30 premium modules to all of his patrons over on patreon.com/theripper93. Access to the Ripper93's premium modules is available starting at $9 a month, which also includes access to a set of animated 3D dice that work with Dice So Nice. Link to the Ripper93's Patreon page is down in the description below and on the screen right now in QR form. As mentioned at the start, I am sponsored by the Ripper93 to make this video. However, I wouldn't have taken on this deal if I genuinely didn't think that you, my audience, would benefit from this video, and if I didn't actually think that the modules are great and will improve your games. Now then, let's get started with the first module, which is sure to make your dice rolls more exciting. The first module on this list will allow you to bring excitement and tension to those important rolls in your D&D 5e games. Epic Rolls gives you the option to use a cool new screen whenever you want to highlight the importance of a skill or ability check roll. This new screen brings all the selected characters front and center, allows them to easily roll for the specific skill or ability with the click of a button, and will let you know if the roll failed or succeeded. One important thing to note is that this module only supports the D&D 5e game system. To set the roll up, the GM can decide which players take part, which ability or skill the players are rolling for, what the DC is, and where the DC should be shown to the players. There are some other options that the GM can adjust as well, like blind rolls, but those are, of course, optional. You can open this roll configure screen by clicking the new button that is now located above the chat box. Another cool thing about this module is that you can also do contested rolls with it. Simply right-click one of the characters during roll configuration to mark them as a contestant, and then when you initiate the roll, it will be treated as a contested roll. For example, if you would like to create a Deception versus Insight contested roll, simply add the two characters to the roll, right-click one of them to mark them as a contestant, left-click Deception for the one deceiving, and right-click Insight for the one trying to see if they are deceiving, and then click Start Epic Roll. Now you will have a contested roll happening. Last thing about this module is that you can also save rolls as macros for easier use in the future. This is a super cool module that is sure to bring tension and excitement to your climactic rolls. Now then, let's move on to the next module, which is sure to make organizing your adventuring parties easier. Party HUD offers a simple but effective new UI element with key information about your adventuring party. This new Party HUD appears on the left-hand side of the screen and shows you all the player characters in the game, and if you hover your mouse on top of a player character's portrait, you can see their class, race, level, max and current hit points, AC, movement speed, and spell save DC. While I'm talking in D&D terms here, the module is actually system agnostic. You can easily hide this party HUD from the button at the top of the element and change the size with the plus and minus buttons at the bottom. If you'd like to adjust other settings like the position of the party HUD, or if you want to only show connected players, you can do so in the module settings. This is a simple module, but I can see it being very useful for those of you who want a quick and easy overview of your adventuring party's stats. Continuing with the theme of having information available at your fingertips, let's look at a module for handling quests. Ever had trouble keeping track of all the different quests your party has taken on and what the status of each is? Well, Simple Quest is a quest tracker that allows you to neatly track all of your different quests. Although this module is called Simple Quest, it's surprisingly robust. By pressing the J key on your keyboard or by clicking the new scroll icon in the Journal Notes Tools section, you open a new window where you'll be able to manage your quests. On the left-hand side, you can see the different categories of your quests and status of each quest, and on the right, you will see the details of whichever quest you have selected. To complete a quest, simply tick all the boxes in it. A quest can have several sections in it and several boxes to tick to complete it. To add more quests, simply click the page with the plus icon on the left-hand side, and if you want to add tick boxes, just create a bullet point and the module will treat it as a tick box. As you can probably tell by the different tabs at the top of the new window, this module has a lot more going on for it, but luckily, there is a handy step-by-step tutorial within the module itself which will familiarize you with the module and its functionalities. With this module, your quest tracking will become a breeze. Recently, in my Curse of Strahd campaign, my players were having trouble keeping track of all the different quests they had taken on, so I started using a quest tracker like this, and it made it a lot easier for them to keep track of all their various quests. I highly recommend using a quest tracker. Keeping in line with tidying up your user interface, let's look at a module which adds a taskbar to your Foundry VTT world. Do you wish Foundry would have a taskbar that would work similar to the one in Windows? Or Linux or Mac, I suppose. Which operating system do you use? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, we're now talking about the module Taskbar, which does exactly that. It adds a taskbar. With this module activated, you will now see a new taskbar at the bottom of your screen pop up when you hover your mouse down there. This handy tool will allow you to add any entity from the sidebar or compendiums and macros to it for easy future reference. To add them, simply drag and drop the desired entity or macro into this new section. The tool also gives you handy buttons to quickly open up user management, module settings, and the macro directory, as well as a button for refreshing Foundry. The other big thing that this module adds is the ability to minimize and open up a window again from the taskbar. All windows in Foundry will now have a minimize button that drops them to the taskbar, and you can easily reopen the window in question by clicking the corresponding button down in the taskbar. No more digging through your journal entries for the same journal page over and over again. This is a very powerful tool for GMs who like to keep things organized, and I think it will help you avoid a considerable amount of clutter on your screens. Next, a tool that improves Foundry's ping system. The ping system in Foundry is alright, but the pings can be quite easy to miss. Quickdraw is here to make the pinging experience better by adding the ability to draw with your pings. By simply holding Q on your keyboard and moving your mouse around, you can draw as part of your ping. These drawings will be shown to all of the other players and they will stay on the screen for a set amount of time, after which they will fade away. This duration, as well as your line thickness, can be adjusted in the module settings. The color of your line will be determined by your user color. Want to change that? Simply head to the bottom left corner of your player list, right-click on your user and select User Configuration. Here you can change the color to be whatever you want. Once again, a simple but great module that makes your pings more legible and allows you to do some more advanced pings. Next, let's look at a module that will turn your inventory management into something straight out of an old school CRPG. Paper Doll adds a new button to your character sheet that opens up an inventory screen straight out of an old school CRPG. This screen allows you to manage your character's equipment by dragging and dropping items into different equipment slots. Note that this module is system agnostic, but automatic item equipping won't work with all game systems. You can use this new screen to manage what your character is wearing on different parts of their body, just like in those classic CRPGs like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. You can also change the background image of this new window to be different from your character's token image. Another simple but neat module that I think can really be a nice addition for certain systems and certain players. Now then, let's move on to a module that can help you optimize the performance of your Foundry games and save on precious storage space. Media Optimizer, as the name implies, helps you optimize the media files you use inside Foundry. This is your images, sound files, and video files. It does this by converting them to WebP, WebM, and OGG file formats. They're actually more modern file formats to JPEG, MP4, and MP3 respectively that allow for better compression and smaller file sizes. What this essentially means is that you can have smaller files while losing minimal quality, which means Foundry will be faster in processing these files. So now, whenever you upload a file to Foundry, the module will automatically convert the file into one of these new formats. This module also adds a way for you to combine tiles into a single image, which can massively improve performance if you're someone who builds maps from a lot of different tiles. And lastly, the module allows you to mass convert files. All of this media optimization is especially useful if you're using a hosting service like The Forge, because it can drastically reduce the amount of storage space that you use up. Honestly, I think this module alone can make paying for the Ripper 93's Patreon subscription totally worth it. I personally have some players with really old machines, and I'll be doing a mass file optimization pass to make things run better for them. Time for a little spring cleanup. Keeping with the theme of media, next, let's look at a module that allows you to play YouTube videos within Foundry itself. This module is called YouTube Player Widget, and it allows you to play YouTube videos directly inside Foundry for all of your players. The module adds a new set of buttons on top of the player list in the bottom left-hand corner, and to play a video, simply grab the URL of the video you want, hover your mouse next to the magnifying glass, paste the URL into the text field that appears, and hit the play button. That's it. Now you and your players are enjoying the YouTube video together. If you'd like to add more videos to the playlist, just follow the steps from before, except press the plus button instead of the play button, and the video will get added to the playlist. This is a really nifty module that I feel like a lot of you will find useful. No more will you need to play your YouTube videos to your players through Discord or whatever else it is you use. The next module is for all of you who wish there were better tools in Foundry for handling crafting of items in your games. This module adds a whole crafting system into Foundry, and it's called Mastercrafted. Note that this module is system agnostic, meaning that you can use it with any game system. With this module, you have a new button in the items menu called Recipe Manager. This opens a new window where you can set up your crafting recipes by first creating a recipe book, and then within that book creating specific crafting recipes. Once you have a recipe book created, add a recipe to the book and then drag and drop items into the ingredients that you want to be the components of that recipe. You can also define how many of each item you want to be required for that recipe. After that, drag and drop the item in result that you want to be created by this recipe. For players to be able to craft items using these recipes, they need to open up their character sheet and click the new hammer icon at the top of their character sheet. This opens a new window where the player can choose which recipe they would like to craft. The player can see which ingredients they need, and if they are missing an ingredient, it will be highlighted in red. If they have all the ingredients and want to craft the item, they just need to click the hammer icon and then click craft in the confirmation dialog. The ingredients will then be removed from their inventory while the new item will be added to their inventory. Many TTRPGs have crafting as part of them, and now you can bring it properly within Foundry itself. I can see players really enjoying being able to craft items directly inside Foundry itself. This next module is going to help you more easily play a wide range of sounds at the same time to create an immersive soundscape. Dynamic Soundscapes allows you to create combinations of looping sounds, one-off sounds, and sounds that get played at random intervals. These sounds can be organized into blocks that allow you to set those different modes for the sounds, and you can activate whole blocks or individual sounds as you like. The module also allows you to set conditions for the sound blocks, meaning that you could, for example, have a certain block of sounds play only when it's dark, or create mood sets to create different ambiances of the same location. Let me now show you how that all sounds together. This is quite a hefty module, so if you want a more in-depth tutorial on how this module works, let me know in the comments below. A very impressive module indeed. This will allow you to craft the soundscape of your dreams, and you'll be able to easily play it when needed. Woo! Those are some great modules. What did you think about all of these modules? Any of them pique your interest? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on these. And while you're down there, I would kindly ask for a like and subscribe, as those things help my videos reach more people. Again, if you're interested in these modules, you can sign up to the Ripper93's Patreon from the link in my description or from the QR code on the screen right now to gain access to all of them and over 20 more premium modules. Like there's a module called 3D Canvas that lets you make 3D maps with 3D tokens, like 3D modules. I'm talking 3D models. It's wild. I didn't even have time to get into that one in this video. Again, huge thanks for the Ripper93 for sponsoring this video. It means a lot to me, honestly. On the screen right now, you're going to see another video of mine where I interviewed the creator of Foundry VTT, where we talked in depth about what is in store for the next major version of Foundry, version 12. Check it out if you're interested in what's coming next for Foundry VTT. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.